Hey, good morning, guys. I'm going to try this one more time here. Well, actually, try it several times. Uh, did the whole video earlier and realized it was no volume right before I posted it. So um, that might not be a bad thing most of the time. But I figure if I was going to do a devotion, it might be nice if y'all can actually hear what I say. So, anyway, I want to jump right into today's devotion based on Brother TJ's sermon series that he continued on Sunday. I wasn't able to be there, was sick, and thankful for that testimony within itself. Woke up, went to bed Saturday, feeling really bad. Woke up Sunday feeling really bad. Had a couple in my family who had been sick, and so I thought, oh no, here I go for the next several days, going to be sick. But then it just kind of like that evening. Felt 100% better, and just thankful for that. But when God is silent, coming from Job 23, and then Job answered and said, of course, Job is counter in chapter 22. Some comments made by his friends. We know he had three friends. I think Eliphaz is in chapter 22, and he's, I guess, sending a rebuttal or comment back to what Eliphaz has told him in chapter 22. So that's who he's talking to here. And he says, even to this day, even today is my complaint bitter. My stroke is heavier than my groaning. Oh, that I knew where I might find him, that I might come even to his seat. So again, Job here in his struggle, seeking God's answers. You know, why these things have come upon Job. The sickness now, the losing of possessions earlier in the book. And verse 4, he says that I would order my cause before him and fill my mouth with arguments. In other words, these are the things that if I was sitting before Christ, that I would be saying. I would know the words which he would answer me and understand what he would say unto me. So it's Job's yearning to know God's will, to know God's whys, or the answer to Job's whys, why these things are going on, why this, why that. And I think it's something that we can all uh, relate to. Not saying we could relate to what Job went through. I don't think any of us have been to that point of losing everything financially, losing family members to the numbers of which Job had, and then being just stricken in sicknesses and stuff like Job has been. But I think we all can relate to the why, and seeking God's will, seeking God's way, at least as believers we can, of wanting to know what's going on, wanting answers, and just having a hard time trying to find those. But TJ went on to list, I think, 4 or 5 different things. So I just kind of combined them a little bit as to why we sometimes don't hear God. And one of the reasons is that we drift. You know, it's the same as hearing people. When we're close and we're focused and they're in front of us, it's a lot easier to hear. I know it is for me. As opposed to them being in another room trying to speak or in a crowd and trying to speak. I just don't hear that well. And the same as with God when we're distracted, you know, and there's, we're not as close to God as we need to be. We're not going to hear him. Um, Brother Jody mentioned it last night in his Wednesday night study that, God's God and we're not. And he's got a will and he's got a way and he wants our attention and he wants us focused on him. Um, Sometimes we don't hear from God because we're not ready. We're asking for God to reveal things that maybe he's not ready to let us know yet. He's continuing to work on us. And in his time, which is perfect, he'll let us know. And then sometimes we just offer up those check the box prayers to where, God, I need this, then this, and it's not lined up with God's word. where we're chasing our own desires, or we get distracted by maybe things that other people want, other things that they're saying, and we get distracted, and we're not hearing God speak, or we don't want to hear God speak if it's not our way. And I think we all get that way. But I put this picture here on because I think a lot of times that, God works like us as parents have here, to where, if we're teaching our kids to swim, that he has his arms out and we can see him, but sometimes God is allowing us to kick and move and do all those things to build us strength, to make us stronger in him. And so I would leave you with this, just like we've seen our kids do. We don't want them to go under. We, by no means are we trying to see them and enjoy watching them struggle. But sometimes it is in the struggle, as Job was struggling, that he was building strength. He was building his faith, or that Christ was building his faith. Um, and sometimes that when we don't hear Christ, we have to realize that he's still preparing us. He's building us. So keep kicking, keep striving, keep working, um, and keep seeking, because in God's time, God's perfect time, He will speak, and when He speaks, He'll speak straight to our heart and straight to the matter. So, love you guys, and pray that you have just a wonderful day.